Hello students, I hope you are well. Today's lesson is on healthy lifestyle versus an unhealthy one. As always, if you're a GCSE student watching this, to access the lower grades you've got to tell me the facts, describe and explain, tell me what are the issues. In order to access the middle grades you've got to apply, and in order to access the higher grades you've got to tell me why. In this instance, why is it important to have a healthy lifestyle? What are the consequences of having an unhealthy one? Just a reminder of a few definitions. Health is a complete state of mental, physical and social well-being with the absence of disease. Fitness is the ability to meet the demands of the environment, and exercise is physical activity undertaken in order to improve one's health and or fitness. Okay, so let's get straight onto it. Lots of keywords that we will be going through over the lesson. To start with, let's go first of all to a healthy lifestyle. So what is a healthy lifestyle? Well, it's a lifestyle where you have a balanced diet, where you have the appropriate ratio of carbohydrates, proteins and fats, minerals and vitamins, with obviously adequate water for hydration and adequate fibre. A balanced diet, we'll come on to that in the next lesson, but if your energy balance is out, then you're either going to put on weight or you're going to lose weight. A healthy lifestyle has a good work-life sleep balance. So yes, we need to work, whether that's working in industry and earning a living, or whether that's schoolwork. We do need to work, but we shouldn't work too much. We need to get that time right. We need enough time to have a life, to play sport, to meet friends, to socialise. It might be an hour on the PlayStation if that's your bag, no problem. But you need that time to have a life full of enjoyment and activity. And we also need the appropriate amount of sleep. It changes on age, but about 8 hours of sleep a night is a healthy amount of sleep. Don't have too much. Certainly don't have 3-4 hours of sleep. That's not enough. What else makes a healthy lifestyle? Well, it's about no tobacco. There's no doubt about it. Smoking kills, and no drugs. If you want a short life expectancy, fill your boots on tobacco and drugs. Adherence to an exercise program helps a healthy lifestyle. So it's about working for at least 30 minutes 3 times a week in an aerobic training zone. Remember, your aerobic training zone is 60 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. And your maximum heart rate is approximately 220 minus your age. If you can adhere to that, stick to it, and that's going to help contribute to a healthy lifestyle. So they're the main points of what makes a healthy lifestyle. If you have a healthy lifestyle, then there are certain consequences. We'll go through them. Now I'm going to tell you whether they're physical, mental or social consequences, because in an exam you'd be asked about those 3 different types of consequence. So, reduced chances of developing long-term illnesses. Obviously that's a physical benefit, and we're going to go over those types of diseases here when we do an unhealthy lifestyle. But you've got less chance of getting them if you have a good, healthy lifestyle. Better fitness, making everyday tasks manageable. So remember, fitness is the ability to meet the demands of the environment, whatever that environment is. It might be on a sports field, or it might just be gardening at home, it might be working, it might be doing the housework. Whatever that environment is, you can manage it. Confidence boost. There is no doubt about it that you feel better about yourself. You have higher self-esteem if you lead a healthy lifestyle. Stress reduction. We all suffer from anxiety to some form or another. Obviously, we don't want that stress and anxiety to get too high. It could lead to serious mental health issues if it does. And exercise, good self-esteem helps reduce stress levels. Meeting new people via playing sport or doing exercise is a huge social benefit of a healthy lifestyle. Strengthening relationships that you already have is another social benefit of a healthy lifestyle. That could just be family relationships, or it could be relationships with friends. There's no doubt about it that exercising, it releases serotonin, it's a feel-good drug. It makes you happier, you're more positive, you're better and nicer to be around. You become more independent, you become confident in yourself, you're happy to do things alone. You get a feeling of achievement when you live a healthy lifestyle, and it's easier to concentrate, to adhere to things, to stick to things, and your motivation levels completely increase. There are certain reasons why your life expectancy might be cut short, accidents for example, but generally, if you have a healthy lifestyle, you are going to live longer. That is absolute fact. There is no point for me working hard all of your life, having a terrible, unhealthy lifestyle, and when you get to retire at 65, you live for about another 1 or 2 years. What's the point in that? So your life expectancy will completely increase if you lead a healthy lifestyle, and you are a little bit lucky in terms of things like accidents and unavoidable things like cancers. Okay, an unhealthy lifestyle. There he is. That's my mate. I wish he was. He's got a remote control in his hand. It could be an Xbox. People playing Xbox for 4 hours a day and doing nothing else. What is an unhealthy lifestyle? Well, it's a sedentary one. It's one where you have very little activity. You are sat down far too long. It's where you have a poor, unbalanced diet. That diet might have too many bad fats in it. By bad fats, we mean fats that are saturated at room temperature. They're going to lead to all sorts of diseases, which I'm going to come on to in a minute. Smoking, drugs, and too much alcohol are absolute disasters in terms of your health. A little bit of alcohol is actually good for you, but not too much. And again, someone who maybe works 24/7, works too many hours, works too hard, doesn't give himself or herself enough time to relax, to chill, to exercise, to play with the family. So a poor work-life-sleep balance would be part of an unhealthy lifestyle. So what are those diseases, serious diseases, that you're more likely to suffer from if you have an unhealthy lifestyle? So coronary heart disease is the biggest killer in the Western world. Heart attacks. You're more likely to have a heart attack if you have an unhealthy lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes, where you can't regulate your blood sugar levels because your diet is bad and your exercise is poor. Type 2 diabetes on the rise all of the time. Osteoporosis, where your bones become weaker and more brittle and they bend, and in later life you can really struggle with your skeleton as a result of osteoporosis. Arthrosclerosis, that's where your arteries start to clog with fats. High cholesterol levels, clogging of the arteries leads to all sorts of physical problems, not least coronary heart disease. Hypertension or high blood pressure. Remember, a good blood pressure reading for the average person is 120/80. Pressure 120 is systolic pressure, the pressure on your blood vessels when the heart contracts. 80 is diastolic pressure, the pressure on your blood vessels when the heart's relaxed. 120 over 80 is great. As soon as it goes 140 over 100, that's hypertension. And anything between that is pre-hypertension. Avoid pre-hypertension, certainly avoid hypertension. It's going to reduce your life expectancy. It leads to things like heart attacks and strokes and operations. Shorter life expectancy is what we want to avoid, isn't it? But it's going to be a shorter life expectancy if you have an unhealthy lifestyle. You're more likely to have serious weight problems if you have an unhealthy lifestyle. You would become overweight, over fat, and eventually obese, and all the associated problems that go with that. For example, poor body image, pressure on your joints and organs, and a drop in self-confidence and self-esteem that normally goes along with it. There's a feeling when you have a poor work-life sleep balance of isolation. You don't get out and play sport. You don't go and exercise. You become more and more isolated, more and more lonely. Mental health issues because of that lack of socialization that we want to avoid are things like depression and anxiety. You will suffer from a lack of motivation and generally a lack of get up and go. And there would eventually become an increased dependence on other people. So there's a huge difference between a healthy lifestyle and an unhealthy lifestyle. I am praying, sincerely hoping that you make the right choice for your good and the good of your family and loved ones, all of those around you. Please make those wise choices in terms of lifestyle. Okay, now if you're a Key Stage 3 student, then you'll find this presentation on Show My Homework. Please upload that presentation onto your mobile phone and then you can keep referring back to it. If you are my GCSE class, then please copy this presentation from Show My Homework into your blue books and then add it to your own photo album on your mobiles. Revise it please for 30 minutes to an hour and then test yourself or get your parents to test you. Okay, thank you very much. Stay healthy, make good lifestyle choices.